We're continuing Chart 5, Lesson 1. You're going to read Genesis 3:15. And I will put an enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
This is the NIV version of that scripture. And it says, I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. Okay, sometimes the these and nows can be really lost in that, but this one puts it a little bit more plainly to understand that that is the promise of the Messiah. Now, in the last video, we covered the devil's curse, and now we're going to cover the curse of the woman. The second curse was on the woman. To her, God said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow in thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thou desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Genesis 3:16. As a result of Eve's sin, she brought upon the female population of the human race increased sorrow. Even the very blessed and joyful event of childbirth is colored by pain and travail. In addition, God added the man would rule over the woman. The curse of the land. The third curse was upon the land, and the Lord said to Adam, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat. The curse of the ground, the curse is the ground for thy sake. The sorrow shall thou eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles shall bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field. We must carefully plant and cultivate the food we wish to grow, but thorns and thistles and weeds grow without us having to do that. Every time we struggle to grow beautiful flowers, each time weeds are in our garden. We have to work to free our lawn of dandelions. And when we do that, we should remember that of humanity's sinful and for our need for God. The land was cursed. In the garden, we didn't have weeds, we didn't have thistles, we didn't have dandelions. And as a result of their sin, now there would be weeds, there would be thorns. And then last, the curse on the man. The fourth curse was on the man, Adam. And he said, in the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return to the ground. For out of the waste thou hast taken, the dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return. From that point forward, man would have to find life a struggle. He would only live by exhortation, by effort. Every man has to learn how to overcome his own struggles, his own temper, to be able to find peace in life. There's no man that doesn't have to learn how to deal with that. That is part of the curse of God. And then we already went over the promise of the Redeemer, and God after that drove them from the Garden of Eden and placed a cherubim on each